Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Gemini. So, Gemini, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So, Gemini, fun fact actually, I pulled your cards yesterday, and I was supposed to do this recording yesterday, but it didn't want to go through. I tried to record, and then all sorts of stuff happened, and yeah, I just couldn't simply record this message. But the cards remain here, patiently waiting for this re entry of Pluto in Aquarius, which is a fellow air sign. And the air is just flowing and breezing and permeating this entire message for you today, which is beautiful and very abundant, very rich in terms of how ideas might be flowing in and have been flowing in the construction of a business, some sort of project, some sort of manifestation that it's meant to become material, it's meant to become real, it's meant to become physical and expressed here in this plane. But the interesting thing here happening in the bottom part of this message today is that I do feel like there might be somebody interested in taking over your spot, or at least they are excited with your abundance, excited with your success. Um, it's not the full success, I don't feel like, but the way that there is interest, right, coming from another, maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a client, maybe it's somebody, maybe it's just your partner. Um, it's like they want to take their piece, they want to have their own space in this, right? It's like they want to enjoy, right, the fruits of your labor. But you, Gemini, you know that the work is not done yet. So there is this phase of assessment that you're going through right now. And it's almost like maybe you're putting all of your ideas on the paper just to make sure that you know that all of these ideas are coming from you, right? Even if this is kind of like a business deal or a business partnership, it's like make sure that you're standing your ground to, it's like you can tell where the idea comes from, right? If you do this. So it's almost like document it all, right? Put it on paper. Don't don't just keep your ideas floating in your mind. Make sure um that they are tangible, right? Because we're beginning here with your wisdom, right? It's like your element. You are at your prime in a sense here, represented by the King of Swords. So this is you. So you are in a position where you get to call the shots. You are the one who is prepared to, think things through and make good decisions. But you're being very prudent because the card that is coming next is the Seven of Swords, but it's coming upside down. So it's almost like everything that you know that you have in your mind, right? All of these spinning ideas, it's like it's time for them to leave this etheric space, leave the space of the abstract, and come down to reality, right? Be put down on paper because of the Eight of Pentacles. So this is the building process of how do you materialize an idea into a business, into a project, into an endeavor, right, of sorts, whatever it is. So, how do you take some sort of mental vision? How do you manifest that? So, I feel like you have been doing that, but now it's time for your assessment, specifically in regards to a bunch of correlated ideas, right? Because this is what the seven is talking about. It's like just the visual of the seven swords kind of gathered together as a bunch, right? As a group. So it's like this cluster of similar or connected ideas that are meant to add to this, are meant to continue this work, right? So assess everything that you have poured into a project in terms of ideas and visions and what you imagine for this to be, right? And how you can, yes, receive already some sort of glory, some sort of result, some sort of abundance with the Empress. It feels like you are very open to receiving the praise or receiving the what is that word? Um, Profit. That is the word I was just hearing in Portuguese. So profit. It seems like you're opening your mind, perhaps most of all, like opening your arms, right? It's like it goes from the very subtle, very abstract form of understanding how this is going to manifest, and then opening up yourself to actually receiving the glory, receiving the benefit, receiving the result, receiving the clients, receiving. It's almost like the continuation of this, right? Because it's just the 8, it's not yet the 10. So you know that even though you are open to glory, open to this incredible abundance, you know that in doing the work, because there is more work to be done, it's like the more you're going to be open. It's almost like the more you're open to receiving, the more you're open to serving, right? It's like the more you are committed to serving, right? But here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because until I saw just these cards, and before the other three came through, it was a very like a very solitary process, right? One that you are putting in all the work. It's like you're committed to making these ideas come to fruition, right? And bring you some sort of abundance. So you're opening yourself to that. That was very clear. But then here, with the 10 of Wands coming next, let me show you all the three cards actually, because they paint one big picture. So it's the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Wands. And I want to add the card that is at the bottom of the deck, which is another 5. So it's the 5 of Wands. So you see here how perhaps there is somebody, right, with the Wands energy wanting to follow you, because what I'm seeing here with the 10 of Wands is that you represent to this person this role model or this example or this leadership. You are the leader, right? But if we talk about the 10 of Wands in the traditional sense, which brings the burdens, it's almost like without even knowing that they're doing this, maybe they don't know, right? I want to say that they're very excited for what they're seeing you starting to receive, because if you look at the thumbnail, you'll see that the Queen of Wands is right underneath the Empress. So I do feel like what they are seeing is more like the external result or like the end product, which it's very clear that to you that is not the case at all, right? You know that there is more to be done. There's more that you need to work on, but you are already from now. It's like independently from the results, from the destination, the goals, the results, whatever they are. It's like you're ready to receive, but all they see is that. So it's almost like they want a little bit of that as well, especially because there is somewhat like a similar organic feel, because to me, even though the wands symbolize fire, sometimes I see this as a plant or a tree, and here you see that the leaves from the crown of the Empress are made of this organic matter. So I do feel like it's almost like they don't mean harm, even though they, with the bottom of the deck being the 5 of Wands instead of the 5 of Pentacles, which is your place, right, Gemini? And maybe that's the reason why you need to be very diligent, but also very clever. It's like you need to pay close attention to what they are seeing from your process, from your everything that you are giving of yourself, right? All of the ideas that are nourishing and making this flourish, right? Making this bloom. which again, to emphasize, you know that there is more to come. They don't, right? They don't. It's almost like maybe they're trapped in some sort of inner conflict, and they want to, it's like they see how the results that you are receiving are already very enticing, very instigating, right? And since you are very open, it's almost like they're here saying, "Oh, can I join in? Can I be a part of this? Can I follow your footsteps? Can I, you know, just be a part of it all?" Right? But it's almost like be careful, because it's like they don't see the work, right? They don't see, it's almost like they want to take over the 5 of Pentacles of yours. And it's interesting because you're coming both as this very wise air sign, but also very grounded, very committed to the work, very consistent with your work, with your integrity, right? With who you are and your position in all of this. So that's the reason why this assessment needs to happen right here, right now. There is no more waiting. It's like, yes, the work continues, but this assessment is crucial that you do it now, because there is somebody else that, it's like they're not, it's almost like they know that you are so committed to this, that if they join in right now, now that it's starting to bloom, it's like they're just going to reap the rewards. In a sense, they're going to receive like the fruits of the labor, right? But your labor, not theirs. So they might come in with a lot of creativity, with, a lot of drama, perhaps, a very big presence, a very big personality. After all, it's like maybe one of their arguments is that, they are the queen to your kingdom, in a sense, right? But so maybe a perfect counterpart, maybe a perfect business partner. But really, it's like, what are they struggling with if they cannot find their own integrity? So you need to make sure that you stand strong in your own integrity. And yes, they might come across as a very instigating personality as well, even though they might have this inner conflict that is not yet seen, because remember, the 5 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost like it's something that is out of the picture, right? It's not a part, well, not at least in this moment in time, it's not a part of the message, but it's already here in the vicinity. So I want to say, it's like they are confused, perhaps, or maybe they are intentionally doing this because it's almost like they see you, Gemini, as a very integral leader, that they want to do the same, but they just don't want to do the hard work, right? They don't want to do the part that requires a lot of, a lot of hours, a lot of dedication, a lot of effort, right? It's like day in and day out. This is what this is. So it's not just having amazing ideas, which you do have as well, which you have already put into practice, I want to say. And that's the reason why, yes, there are some results already arriving. But if they don't see the rest of the picture, it's like they're just going to, you know, hop on your back and want to take a ride, like with all the work that you have done. So there might be inner conflicts that they're not going to show right away, right? It's like this is unconscious to them, right? What they want is actually to take your place, right? They want to receive the glory, right? They want to be crowned, as the queen to your kingdom. But what they really want is not just, the success and the results or the abundance. Maybe they want the integrity, because they have been struggling with that. They have been trying to work, with themselves, maybe without a success, especially because it's almost like what they are proposing, right? It's based on what they see from your openness. But it's like, you see here how it feels very incompatible, to me at least, because you are so allowing, right? It's like you're doing what needs to be done, but you're also very allowing. For them, it's almost like there is this script. What they're saying is, you lead the way because you're an excellent leader. And I want to say, it's like, as much as you are very smart with words, right? Coming with the King of Swords, it's like they are very, it's like they know how to make you feel good or make you look good, right? It's like um, they just bring you up, right? It's almost like they are trying to show how they admire you, how this one sees you as a great leader, but really it's kind of like hiding this, right? Hiding what they're not going to tell, right? Which is maybe very uncomfortable for them as well. But what they're proposing is some sort of like a defined script, right? It's like you show me the path and I'll just follow, right? So it's funny because it's like even though they are saying, "Oh, but I can be, your counterpart, we can be equals, right? We can rule together this, we can be it's like we're compatible in terms of partnership, right? It's like we can have, the same it's like a 50-50 deal, right? But really, even though the 10 is the shared path, this is a burdensome path, I want to say, for you, right? Because what they bring, not announcing this, but you can pick up with your intelligence, is that they have this inner conflict going on, whereas you are very integral because you have been doing this work, right? It's almost like, remember the image of them hopping on your back. This is what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Pentacles. It's almost like you're almost there, you're nearly there, right? It's like you can feel that you're really close to arriving at your best project, your best result, but it's like they want the fast way, they want to be shown the way, they want to follow you, right? Even though what they're saying is, let's do this together, right? So going back to the guidance from the Seven of Swords upside down, it's like, assess what is your part in this. You hold the integrity that they don't, even though they think they do, or even though they are hiding their true interest in, or their true intention in partnering up, or even like if this is already a partnership, right? If this is already going, it's really important that you write down what came from you, right? What originated from your mind, what is your unique idea for this, and how much work all of these ideas have already been put into practice, right? So everything that you have already done, that you have already built, with or without them, right? So just pay attention, Gemini, because I feel like they just want like they just want to go for the ride, right? The ride of your success. So yeah, no matter how much they present with this creativity, it's like it's almost like this fine line, right? From a very creative outburst of oh, we can do this and we can do that and it's going to be amazing, um to like a drama queen, right? because because of this, right? So it's out of the picture, they're not going to talk about this, but now you know. So, Gemini, I am going to pull more cards for you. And also, I'm going to pull from the astrological rooms in the extended reading. So, if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find a link down below. If not, see you next time. Bye.